Well, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Eek Acres. In this video I wanted to talk about something that's been on the internet for quite some time, and I've been hearing more and more about it, and I just never, at least I don't think I did, ever do a video about this. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the Mandela Effect, because you guys, there are some things about this that I know for a fact, that I remember things being a certain way, and now today it's no longer the case. And I wanted to ask you guys, because I know I got a lot of older folks watching my channel. I've got people from my generation. Bridget and I have been talking about this, and we've been talking about what we remember. And there are things that I know for a fact that it was the case, and now today they're saying it's not. And I don't know how you explain this. There's so many weird things that go on in the 21st century anymore, you guys. It's just bizarre. It makes me wonder if any of my past actually did happen now, because both Bridget and I remember the game Monopoly. And I want you guys to think about the banker on Monopoly. Did he or did he not have a monocle on his face with a chain hanging down? Did that really happen? Do you guys remember that being on Monopoly? Well, here's an old Monopoly game, and the banker does not have a monocle hanging right here. Anybody from my generation remembers the banker on Monopoly having a monocle hanging down with a chain? You remember it?
Yep,
I remember it. Everybody that ever grew up with Monopoly and played Monopoly remembers it, but they're saying that it never happened. There was never a monocle on the banker's eye. That's just one of thousands of cases. Bridget's been to New York City. I never have. I live in New York. I've been in New York 54 years, born and raised. This is my home state. Never been to New York City, but I always remember Grand Central what? What was it called? Grand Central what in Manhattan? They're saying it's called Grand Central Terminal. I always remembered Grand Central Station.
So do I.
And I'll show you the front of the building right here in the video where it says Grand Central Terminal. Another thing, Bridget has been to the Statue of Liberty. And what island has Statue of Liberty always been on?
Ellis Island.
Ellis Island.
That's what we were told, Ellis Island.
They claim, you guys, that there's two islands in New York City Harbor. One is Ellis Island and one is Liberty Island. And they say that the Statue of Liberty now is on Liberty Island, not Ellis Island. Here's another one. I know music. I know lyrics. I have been listening to music since I was 5 years old, you guys. I've been playing guitar for more than 30 years. I know my bands. Not only do I know my bands, but I know the name of all the band members. The lead singer, the guitarist, the drummer, the bassist. I know lyrics. I have written songs for many, many years. I am big time into music. I want you to think about the song I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett. Everybody's heard that song. If you haven't heard that song, you live under a rock. When Joan Jett sings in that song, I Love Rock and Roll, and she says, I saw him blank by the record machine. What is the word in that blank? I saw him blank by the record machine. It is standing. I saw him standing there by the record machine. They claim now it's I saw him dancing there by the record machine. I know for a fact that that word was standing. Now when you listen to the song, it's not in there. I don't know, you guys. I don't know how you explain stuff like this, but things that we remember from our past is missing. Yeah, Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, we all sang that song.
And what was it you were telling me? You know, there's a second name.
My baloney has a second name. It's
My baloney has a second name. It's what? M-E-Y-E-R? Well, they're claiming now that it's M-A-Y-E-R. What do you guys remember? Comment down below, because there's a lot of things. It's the same thing with stovetop stuffing. You guys have probably heard this on the internet. According to the internet, stovetop stuffing was never made by stofers. I always remember stofers, stovetop stuffing. They claim that, well, Kraft took it over, but they said it was always Kraft. Kraft stovetop stuffing. I never in my life seen a box or one of those round canisters of stovetop where it ever said Kraft at the top. It was always Stouffer's stovetop stuffing, and they claim it was never made by Stouffer's. I don't know what to think, you guys, but when you see things that are missing, when you know damn well it was there in the 70s, you know for a fact it was there. We all seen it. We all played the game. We all remember it. And then you get out something that's old and it's not there. It makes you wonder what else in our past wasn't really what we thought it was and maybe didn't even happen at all. Maybe that's why our past feels like a dream. Because they say the Mandela effect is just something where millions and millions of people all simultaneously remember the same thing. That's mass delusion. There's no way everybody could think and remember of the same thing. There's just no way that's possible. There's no way that can happen. So whatever's going on, it's like our history is being erased. Things are being changed. Words are being altered. Titles are being changed to something else. I don't know how you explain that, but I do know I remember what I remember, and I know for a fact it was real. Just like the line, I saw him standing there by the record machine, not dancing by the record machine. What the hell? What guy dances at a record machine by himself? He'd look like a damn fool. I saw him standing there by the record machine, hanging out like a dude would. It was always been standing. I've sang along with that song when it came on the radio on my vehicle 1,000+ times. And I know my lyrics, I know my music, and I know for a fact it was never I saw him dancing there by the record machine. That didn't happen. That was not the lyric. Just like the monocle was always on the banker on Monopoly. Look into the Mandela effect on all these things that are going on, you guys, like the Liberty being on Liberty Island and not Ellis Island, Grand Central Terminal, when everyone remembers it as Grand Central Station. It used to say Grand Central Station on the front of the building even, and now it says Grand Central Terminal. And I got pictures in here to prove it. You can go on Google, you can look all this stuff up. You can look up old images from years gone by, and it's terminal, not station. But there are tons. I could go on in this video all day long with all these different Mandela effects and all these things that are different. Even in movies, they're saying that famous lines in movies like Home Alone, where they're looking for Kevin in the movie, that everyone remembers lines being a certain way, and now they're all changed to where if you watch the movie now, the lines that you remember have been erased and have been replaced with lines that you've never heard before. I don't know what the hell's going on, you guys, but now it makes me wonder if anything in my past even happened at all.
Forrest Gump, he said, life is like a box of chocolates. That's what we remember, right?
Yeah.
Well, now they're saying, if you listen closely, he says, life was like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, so they're saying Forrest Gump says life was like a box of chocolates. No, he says life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you'll get.
Right.
What you're going to get.
Right.
But now they're saying he says life was like a box of chocolates.
So that's weird. Was like.
I don't know what all this is, you guys, what's going on. I mean, not everybody can remember what we remember all at the same time and then it all be changed. There's just, that's not even possible. That's mass delusion, and not everybody could have the same exact memory. Millions and millions of people had the same exact memory, and then all of a sudden today it's not. Just like with Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, now they're saying that in the movie Snow White, it's Magic Mirror on the Wall. It's always been Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. Always.
Uh-huh.
And now they're saying it's Magic Mirror on the Wall. Maybe everything in our past, you guys, never really happened. I don't know in reality what we all were really doing, but we remember what we remember, but was it real or was it just a dream? Really, really freaky stuff. Let me know down below what you guys remember. Who made Stovetop? Did the banker on Monopoly have a monocle or not? And now I've even been hearing that boombox radios from the 80s are Bluetooth compatible and always have been. We didn't have Bluetooth in the 80s. So I'm going to have to check my radios and see if they have any jacks or anything, because they're saying that they're compatible through some type of Bluetooth jack. And when I read that on the internet, I'm like, what? We didn't have Bluetooth. We didn't even have freaking smartphones in the 80s. Just crazy stuff going on, you guys. I have no idea what all this is, but when you see things actually changed on packaging and covers of things on products, I don't know how you explain that one. Because you can't get an old Monopoly game and then erase what you remember when there was a monocle there hanging on his one eye. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys remember. Or did we all just dream everything? And we all had the same dream. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.